Thank you, Shekharji. Before I begin sharing my thoughts with all of you, I would like to chant a prayer dedicated to Lord Ganesha, who is obstacles remover and seeking Ganesha's blessings for smooth beginning and completion of the seminar. If you know this prayer, please join. Om Vakratunda Mahakarya Surya Koti Samabhava Nirvighram Guru Me Deva Sarva Karteshu Sarva. Thank you. On behalf of board members and staff of Ayurveda Panchakarma, it's my pleasure to welcome Shri Shekharji, other teachers, and all of you to the Ayurveda Gurukula, the facility where teacher and student stay together for a length of time to study the self-knowledge and related subjects. This was when this Gurukulam was established by Swami Dayananda Saraswati, who is no more with us. So Swamiji has 3 ashrams, one in Selesburg, 2 in India. One is in northern part of India, that's in Rishikesh. Another one is southern part of India in Coimbatore. And Swamiji Swami Dayananda Saraswati trained a number of teachers to continue our Vedic teachings to one and all. The facility of the Gurukulam includes Lord Dakshinamurti or Shiva's temple. To know more about Lord Dakshinamurti, you will have Swami Pratyek Bodhananji. You can ask question, he will answer your question what all Dakshinamurti is. That's called Shiva's temple. Shiva in the form of stillness, I read somewhere recently. Shiva in the form of stillness. The stillness is the teaching, that is silence. That is temple. Adjacent to that is our dining hall, and it's a beautiful yoga studio. Is fully equipped in the tradition of BKS Iyengar, so you can see all the props. Why these props are necessary? When you are not able to do the asana the way you are supposed to do, these props will help you to get the same result of the given asanas. So BKS Iyengar got all these concepts, we conceptualize all these, and these props are provided. Then after that we have beautiful bookstores, which has collections of many books, CDs and MP3s, and we have library, exhaustive collections of number of books on spirituality and other related subject, and we have the Alaya, the place dedicated to Swamiji for doing meditation, and we have a home building for conducting rituals, and these are a few places that you will see at the Gurukulam. And you've seen a new building coming up here, which will have huge auditorium, dining hall, and for children activities. Today's topic given to me is Vedic knowledge for mind, body and soul. They require a number of years to explain, but I will try to do little justice for the Vedas. To begin with, 3 words that have been introduced in this topic. Number 1 is Vedic knowledge. Vedic is English made up word belonging to Vedas. It's not one Veda, there are many Vedas, but out of that there are 4 Vedas: Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda and Atharva Veda. So whatever belonging to Veda is called Vedic or Vedika. So that comes from Vedas. And the second one, then suddenly you will ask, what is the status of the Vedas? What does it talk about? Has it any topic, or it talks about some stories here and there to entertain you? Is that the topic of Vedas? No. So let us give temporarily the topic or the status for the Vedas as a book. When you say it's book, then suddenly it comes to our mind, what are the topics I can explore into this book? So it starts with, it has 3 topics together, but they are different functions. Topic 1 in Veda is prayers and rituals in detail. To have quality life. To have a quality life, one way of earning money, etc. But through the prayers also one can enhance quality of life. That was our ancestors' view, in which they were successful doing it. So the first part that you find is prayers and rituals. Then the second part is meditation. How to do meditation? What are the benefits of meditation? They are called different upasanas. How it helps you to calm down your mind and prepares for knowing the self. And the third is self-knowledge, or called AAPNA. So when you call the Veda in entirety, it covers 3 topics. One is rituals and prayers, second is meditation, and third is knowledge. But if you want to just separate it, Vedanta, then it is called self-knowledge. Knowledge about oneself, the self. So these are the 3 topics are covered in the Veda. So I explained to you in brief what is Vedic knowledge. Knowledge of oneself. Suppose I throw you a question, who are you or who you are? Your answer would be, please don't waste our time. We have already registered our name, go downstairs and refer to our name. Of course, this is not the hospital or doctor's office to mention your weight and height. You say, my name is so-and-so, and I weigh so-and-so, and I'm so-and-so, and I'm limited, etc., etc. You have a certain description about yourself. Veda laughs at you. He says, all you know about yourself is absolutely wrong. You have erroneous knowledge about yourself. You say, what's that you're talking about? I'm so confident about myself, and Veda comes without anybody's permission, and it says that what you all know about yourself is absolutely wrong. For example, are you complete? Maybe, I may not be. Veda says, despite your incompleteness, you are complete. What? But I don't feel that. That is different thing. That for that you have to have knowledge. That I don't feel complete. I don't have that knowledge. So you should have Vedic knowledge. Vedic knowledge has no hesitation in correcting you because it knows for sure what you all know about yourself is completely wrong and the error has to be corrected. In one word, you are ignorant about yourself. So the ignorance requires the self-knowledge. I am incomplete is my knowledge. Vedic knowledge is you are complete. I am stressful is my knowledge. Vedic knowledge says that I am free from stress. I am born is my knowledge. Vedic knowledge is you are free from birth and death, etc., etc., etc. You can explore so many things. So that's called Vedic knowledge in brief. Okay, then the part will come is body, mind and soul. That's the topic there. Body. Those who have been studying Ayurveda, they have to study Sanskritam. There's no other way because all the literature is in Sanskritam. Of course, now a lot of translations are available. You are not put into any difficulties to understand the book, but basically you have to study Sanskritam. When you study Sanskritam, each word is explained, each word is defined. Suppose you ask, what is Shariram? What is this body all about? You say body, it comes, when the time comes, it goes down, it falls off. Some kind of a vague definition all of us know about the body. So Sharira means Shiryamanatva, what integrates, what goes away. Dehaha, there's another word for Sharira. Deha means what? Dahyate, what is burnt, consists of flame. That is called Sharira. So this is very defined. That's how the Sanskritam is called complete language. It explains everything. It doesn't leave you in any way. Okay. So what is the characteristic of this body? Veda has got a nice way of explaining everything. So number one is there are 6 characteristics of this Sharira, this body. Asti is, Jayate, born, Vardhate, grows, Viparinamate, changes, then Vipashyate, then decays, and Vinashyati is destroys. Shad Vikara, 6 modification, which has a 6 modification, that is called Shariram. Asti, Jayate, Vardhate, Viparinamate, Vipakshiyate, Vinashyati. Okay. These are the definitions. These are all definitions available in a book called Tattva Bodha. I am not here to promote our book. I am just letting you know in case you want to explore more about it in detail, you can always buy the book and see what this definition is all about. So that is called Sharira, which has got 6 characteristics. Asti, Jayate, Vardhate, Viparinamate, Pakshiyate, Vinashyati. Then with this Sharira, what is the second one? Manas, Manaha. What is the mind? How do you define mind? Suppose I ask you, please define, please explain to me what do you mean by mind? You say, please mind your business. Would you say that, or you have any definition? I want you to involve in the discussion. I don't want you to be one-sided. So how do you define the mind?
It's where thought happens. It's where thought happens.
It's where thought happens. That's one aspect. Anything else?
Where you make decisions from.
You make decisions from. Exactly. That's another good point is added in our discussion. Anything else? Very good. Okay. So Manas is what? Anthakarana. Anthakarana means what? It is inner instrument. You don't see the external mind. Hand you can see. All your parts of the body you can see. But mind is something that you cannot see. Means what? There is no figure for the mind. Correct? Since there is no figure for the mind, that's what called it is antakaranam. Antakaranam is what? Sorry. Inner instrument. All the feelings, etc., have no shape, but you feel. To feel that the instrument is inside. Inside, it's not like external. Okay. So inner, it's called inner instrument. And it is formed by Sattvika. Sattvika Amsha means the good part of it. Anyway, you have to study about the grossification, that's called in Tattva Bodha, which explains all the grossification. Let's not touch that one. So, it has 4 functions. Manas, Buddhi, Ahankara and Chitta. These are the 4 things you can call it the mind. Manaha, Buddhi, Ahankara and Chitta. Okay. Now what is Manas? Manas is nature of Sankalpa Vikalpatmaka Manaha. Oh, I came from my room. Did I lock it? Did I not lock it? That is the mind. Sankalpa Vikalpa Atmaka Manas. That is called Manas. Then another point which may be added, Buddhi. What is Buddhi? Buddhi is some decision. Decision is Buddhi. That, yes, affirmative. Yes, I have locked it. I have no doubt about it. So that is called Buddhi. Ahankara. What is Ahankara? I am the doer. The doership you entertain. I am doer, I am eater, I am enjoyer. All these because of the Ahankara. Well then, they say he has a lot of ego. Ahankara. Then Chitta. Chitta is what? Thinking faculty. So Chitta are formed. So these are the 4 characteristics of the mind. Number 1 is Manas, Manaha, Buddhi, Ahankara and Chitta. Same mind with reference to the decision and indecision is called mind. With reference to the decision it is called Buddhi. With reference to the doership it is called Ahankara. With reference to the thinking faculty it is called Chitta. So these are the 4 functions. So you remember, the definition of the body is what? Having 6 characters. Asti, Jayate, Vardate, Paranate, Pakshate, Vinashyate. And what is the mind? Manaha, Buddhi, Ahankara and Chitta. Okay. Then each function we have a Devata, preceding deity. They can't function on their own. With help of some blessings. So for mind, Chandrama is the preceding deity. That's why you say lunatic, you say, remember. To when the wakes and what is that? Wane and waxing of the moon, mind always goes up and down. There's a connection. So that's called Chandrama. Chandrama, Manasu. Then for the decision, what is called Brahma. Brahmaji means Brahmaji is the preceding deity for the decision. Then Rudra. Rudra is what? Ahankara. Then Vasudeva is the thinking faculty. These are the Devatas are there for 4 functions of the mind. So this is about mind and Manas. Now the soul. The soul is called, very loosely translation, widely misunderstood and not at all understood. Very unfortunate. Okay, so what is soul? There are many names I'll throw in this discussion to see whether it makes sense. Atma. Have you heard anything about the Atma? But in Hindi, Atma is also used for mind. You have to be careful. Here it is pure Atma. Okay, Atma. Then they say God. Then they say higher power. Then they say Brahman. You can say Allah. You can say Lord Jesus. It's all, you have to understand them in proper way. Otherwise, whole spirituality leads you to misunderstanding. When it comes to the soul, there are lakhs and tons of people to enter into this subject and give their opinion. So you have to be very selective in knowing about the soul. You cannot be gullible, you cannot be confused in this matter. So you have to know the soul the way it is explained in the Shastras, in the Vedas. Okay. So there are two things. One is duality, second one is, another thing is non-duality. We'll come back to this later. The duality is, later means the soul part, I will connect it. Duality means, yes, duality means I am different from the Lord. Is duality. Non-duality is what? I am the Lord. But the word Lord is here not used like who dresses like Jesus, who dresses like Allah, who dresses like Lord Shiva. They are all forms. So the safest word to be used in the context of the God in Vedic vision is consciousness. That saves you, that helps you, that makes you understand what is all about the God. What has a form, that's called God. What has no form, that's called consciousness. Is it clear? So, when we say you're all God, Veda is not egoistic or Veda is careless. Veda takes all the responsibility to tell you that you are God, not in the form that you know as it has a form. It has no form at all whatsoever. The only closest word comes to it is consciousness. It's not conscious of, your consciousness. The consciousness is free from all the attributes. It is free from the dualities. It is free from the characteristic of the body, all that character. It's free from the characteristic of the mind. And this has to be known. This has to be gained. Is it somewhere different from you? No. It is you. It is you the self. But it requires a lot of knowledge. So is knowledge is theoretical? To begin with, it is theoretical. But the knowledge is way of life ultimately. So the Atma is non-dual, free from any conditions whatsoever. But this has to be learned. Because there are many people to miss that. Just to quote one, and I will complete it. Someone say, why you are talking about this Atma? Yavat jivet sukham jivet. As long as you are alive, be happy. Ridam kritva dhitam pibet. Borrow or steal, enjoy your life. Bhasmi bhutasya dehasya. This body is going to fall off one day, no matter what you do, your karma should be good. Punara, who has seen it is going to come, so enjoy. That is their philosophy. Why you waste time in Vedic knowledge, Ayurveda, astrology, but that will not hold any logic or water. Mind is very powerful instrument. Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoh. If your mind is healthy, it is directed in healthy directions. The same mind can be the beautiful instrument to discover yourself, to discover the world. So that is the knowledge, Vedic knowledge helps you to understand that. So duality is there, but it is like a illusion. We use the word illusion. Illusion means what? It's as though it is there, but it goes away. But can you call this world as illusion? Suppose you come and slap at me, I can say it's all illusion. If I have that knowledge, I can say. But if you don't have knowledge, I'll get irritated. Who are you to slap? But Vedanta slowly builds your faith, your understanding. Takes you to that stage that what you see, as long as you is real, when you make inquiry into it, the whole definition of the real goes away. Yavat kale, whatever time is there, it is real. But once you start making inquiry into it, the definition of the reality of the world starts disappearing. In that way, it is illusion. Illusion is not that just, it is not there. That's the wrong definition. So, you have to understand the world, that duality is not really there, but you have to understand. For that, Vedic knowledge is very much necessary. So these are the few things I wanted to share with all of you. That's what the Gurukulam is tirelessly employed itself to impart this knowledge to all of you. Then you say, okay, in order to have this knowledge, I have to leave everything and go. No. Please continue to do whatever you are doing. That's called Karma Yoga. And accept graciously what comes in your life. And hold that beautiful mind and chalanize and try to focus on that mind in self-realization. In that way, you will get the best of both the worlds. Thank you so much, Sri Shekhar, and all of you for listening to me. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you.